Pokemon X and Y are coming out very soon, and the fans are very excited for it, so I thought it'd be a good idea to look back on the Pokemon games of the past and find THG's top 5 Pokemon games. Most people don't even know that this game exists, and it's a damn shame. I've yet to find a single person who was into Pokemon growing up and didn't at least own a few cards. Flash forward to today, and the card game is still going strong and is a way more solid experience due to the free online counterpart. Here's how it works. You download the game and have a few decks to choose from. When you buy a physical pack or deck, it comes with a QR code that you scan into the game and receive a virtual deck or pack to fight against the computer or people online. So you have your physical collection in real life, and your completely different collection saved online. The game works exactly how you'd expect. It's a trading card game without the mess of having to lug your collection around or having to worry about being a 23-year-old. To me, Pokemon is about absolute accessibility to any player regardless of age or skill level. Pokemon TCG Online embodies that perfectly for me.
Now attack with the Mud Slap.
I was gonna do that.
Nobunaga's Ambition crossover with Pokemon? Most would think that a crossover like this would be too Japanese for American audiences and passed up for localization. But somehow, the RTS beauty of Pokemon Conquest made it to the States. The best part about Conquest is the bond you form with your partner Pokemon. You start out with an Eevee and you grow your bond stronger. The game's pretty lengthy, and by the end of it you have a strong connection with your personal partner, both in the numbers and in your own mind. When you finally beat the game, it's reminiscent of the feeling you get when your starter Pokemon makes it all the way to the Pokemon Hall of Fame with you. It's a feeling that can't be beat. Until the game takes away everything you've worked to create in favor of a bland mission mode at the end. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, this game would have made it much higher on the list. 2 initial releases, and then a third. 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 2 initial releases, and what? Needless to say, when they announced that Pokemon Black and White were going to receive actual sequels instead of something like a gray version with a new town or slightly modified plot, people were pumped. You started out in a new town, there were 3 new cool gym leaders, and your rival was hands down the coolest since Gary motherfucking Oak himself. The types of Pokemon you find towards the beginning are so varied. I never got frustrated by a type I couldn't handle because of the Pokemon I had in the beginning. Because of that, I never felt like a failure was the game's fault, which is how it should be. Black and White 2 shook up the formula while keeping a setting we were familiar with, and that's a hard thing to do. You know what people like about Pokemon? Catching them all, training, earning badges, forming bonds with their own Pokemon. Oh wait, but what if we have a Pokemon game where you're taking pictures of Pokemon on rails? Sounds ridiculous. Who'd like that game? Turns out, everybody! Snap was so fucking cool because you got to go to these completely different biomes and observe Pokemon in their natural habitat. You got to know the natures and personalities of Pokemon that didn't get much focus in the anime. It was pretty calming too, except trying to hit the fucking Squirtle in the canyon, and fuck you, Professor Oak, my pictures are fucking awesome. Heart Gold and Soul Silver do what Fire Red and Leaf Green tried to do, only better. The game's environments and music aren't the only things that got upgraded. Your Pokemon following you around, as well as the inclusion of the Pokewalker, make you form amazingly strong relationships with your cute little beasts of burden in a way that all other Pokemon games have yet to match. One of the coolest things from Gold and Silver was finally encountering Ho-Oh or Lugia after training and making your way through the whole game. That feeling is still completely intact. The legendary dog's random encounters are still an insane rush as well. Unlike some of the other Pokemon handheld games, the legendaries still feel legendary. The whole game does, really. Gold and Silver got the Pokemon formula just right, and these remakes do them justice and improve upon them. At the time of this video's completion, X and Y have yet to come out, but judging by the back catalog of Pokemon games, they got some pretty big Poke shoes to fill.
You know the new Pokemon games are gonna be bullshit, right? I mean, it's been downhill since the first generation. I mean, come on. Now you've got Pokemon that are like ice cream cone multiplying into 2 ice cream cones into 3, and a bag of trash that turns into a bigger bag of trash. What's next? You're gonna tell me that 2 swords crossing is a Pokemon? This generation's bullshit, man. They've lost all creativity. Their passion is spent. Plus, aren't you guys just like ripping off Game Grumps or something?
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to check out some of our other videos too. We consider ourselves a very multifaceted YouTube channel, so make sure you check out all of those multifacets. Or something.